Hello and welcome to Star Citizen Sunday. This is a weekly show which covers all the news from Star Citizen from the week just past. I am your host Mac, so let's get on with it. This week, 3.8.1 goes live, the Cutlass Red goes on sale, plus the roadmap finally gets an update. I would just like to thank Decado and Rob Bendixson for becoming channel members here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your support. So before we begin, 3.8.1 was released to the live servers, which brings a lot of fixes and improvements, plus the new edition of the Cutlass Red and medical gameplay. Unfortunately, there are still a hell of a lot of issues, and it did come with a data wipe. Now, CIG did mention a little while ago that there will not be a 3.8.2 bug fixing patch, as the teams are switching focus to 3.9. However, the Carrack is still expected to drop in February, so whether there is a few bug fixes and such in that patch, I don't know. A word of warning though for anyone looking to get into 3.8.1, it appears there may have been an exploit with these red envelopes, so it means there is a big chance there will be another wipe for the next patch, be that a 3.8.2 or a 3.9, so do keep that in mind if you are wanting to get your teeth into it. With that said, if you want to see more of 3.8.1 without playing it yourself, drop by one of my streams at twitch.tv/supermacbrothers and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. So we had the first Inside Star Citizen of 2020. The first thing they mentioned was that this year they are pushing to complete the Stanton system so that artists can then move on to the Pyro system. This is quite exciting to hear. We only have Microtext Moons coming in 3.9, and then it's just Crusader, which is still slated for 4.0. Once they are done and complete, they will move on to the Pyro system, which is the new lawless system we saw at CitizenCon, and it sounds like they're quite excited to move on as well. So Inside Star Citizen kicked off with a look at Microtext Moons. It says that devs have been focusing on completing these moons in a single quarter, which is something they've not done before, but they want to see what they can achieve in one quarter with all the lessons they've learnt and this new Planet Tech version 4 as well. As I say, they are very excited to start on Pyro, but they need to close out the remaining moons of Stanton. Now, two of these moons rely heavily on the ocean and frozen ocean biomes, which are not as common as other biomes that they have, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge there. But they have gathered all the lore of the moons as a starting point from the lore team, figuring out the landmarks and maybe any gameplay requirements. They also have a lot of pre-established geology packs and biomes that they want to utilize in version 4 and give the creative team a little more freedom, so I'm not sure how that will translate into the aesthetic of these moons. But Planet Tech version 4 does empower the artists to do their jobs quicker, allowing them to focus more time on quality and quantity, so it'll be very exciting to see what these moons look like. So for the latter part of Inside Star Citizen, they just spoke about the Cutlass Red, which is released in 3.8.1. This is Drake's intro to the medical gameplay and allows groups of players to fly around together and not have to respawn millions of miles away each time that they die. Now, they wanted the Cutlass Red to have docking collars on the side instead of the sliding doors on the Cutlass Black. Just due to the inside being a medical treatment facility, they felt that people in there needed that protection, the doctors, obviously the patients, so they decided to go with the docking collar instead. It has some fancy EMS lights and a spotlight, which is a nice addition. The Cutlass will allow you to heal by laying in the bed, and it'll also allow you to set your respawn point, as you know. Now, this is the first implementation of medical gameplay, and it will only advance further from here, which is great news and quite unexpected, so I'm looking forward to seeing this expand. I have yet to do my Cutlass Red video, but do keep an eye out for that, as I would like to delve quite deep into the ship and see if anything stands out to me. Anyway, that was Inside Star Citizen. Let's move on. So also this week, along with the release of 3.8.1 came the Cutlass Red. The ship is now on sale and it brings with it the first implementation of medical gameplay. It is very rudimentary, but it's great to see them bringing this in now. I will bring a separate video sometime next week, taking a closer look at the Red and what is on offer, including the sale, so be sure to subscribe for that. Star Citizen Live showcased the process of creating a planetary point of interest using assets and just placing them down. It was interesting to see how quickly it can be done, and as they expand on the asset variation, I'm looking forward to seeing the style of locations we can come across increase. I didn't bother doing a separate piece on this because there wasn't really much to be said, but I will play it in the background so you can see how it goes. A new festival was introduced this week with the coming of the Chinese New Year. This Red Festival is a celebration of renewal and remembrance, and one of the activities is to swap gilded red envelopes filled with credits. Now, because of this, CIG hid these envelopes around landing hubs in the verse, and players could go and find them and then exchange those for credits. Now, I did find one during my stream, and it contained 1000 Alpha UEC, which apparently they all do. I do really like how CIG are establishing the law and holding many of these events in-game for us to take part in, so good job to them there. And finally, the roadmap has been updated. We are still missing the 4.1 and 4.2 patches, but 3.9 and 4.0 are now up to date. A lot has shifted about and many things are removed, but on the same token, we have had a few new features added, which is quite exciting. To see exactly what has changed, do follow that link in the description below to my weekly roadmap update video. So that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share the video with all your friends. If you like what I do and want to help me make it better, follow the link below to my Patreon page to learn more.